What's up everyone, finally the Shaman King remake we've all been waiting for is here with great animation. So let's remember the connections between the 5 elemental warriors with Shaman King's family tree. And let's go. Around 1000 years before the main story, in a small village there was a woman who had the power to communicate with ghosts. Her name was Douji Asaha and was the mother of Douji Asaha. The villagers thought that she was an evil fox with the power to take human forms, so they decided to burn her alive. After his mother's death, Asaha, who also had the same power, found a spirit with the name of Hachiyo, and they quickly became friends. Hachiyo persuaded Asaha to live a life without hatred for humanity, taught him Reiki, and turned him into a shaman. But his oversoul was so strong that he absorbed Hachiyo. Then the Onmyoji Hamo Tadatomo found him alone, saw his potential, and took him as an apprentice. After his mentor's death, and after Asaha became a famous Onmyoji too with his new guardian spirit Matamune, he changed his name into Asakura Hao and created the Asakura Family. But the Asakura family turned against him because of his plan to exterminate all humans and killed him. Because of his mastery of the 5 elements, Hao's death wasn't permanent and reincarnated 500 years later as a member of the Pat's tribe. The members of the Pat's tribe, like Silva and Goldva, are responsible for the Shaman Fight and also protect the Great Spirit along with the 5 great elemental spirits, the spirits of thunder, wind, earth, rain, and the spirit of fire, which Hao took as his guardian spirit. But Hao was unlucky again because a descendant of Asakura family, Asakura Yoken with Matamune on his side, fought him and killed him in the Shaman Fight. 500 years passed again, and the leader of Asakura family, Asakura Yomei, and his wife Kino had a daughter Keiko, who met on a train station an unemployed musician who could also see ghosts with the name Mikihisa, and later married him. Their sons were another reincarnation of Asakura Hao and his twin brother and main protagonist, Asakura Yo. Hao's guardian spirit was again the spirit of fire, while Yo's guardian spirit is Amida Maru, the spirit of a legendary swordsman who lived 600 years ago with his best friend Mosuke, who crafted his sword Haru-sama. Oyamada Manta is Yo's best friend, and his father Mansumi is the president of a large corporation. Yo's fiancée is Kyoyama Anna, an Itako chosen and trained by Yo's grandma Kino, and their child's name is Asakura Hana, which is also the main character of Shaman King's sequel. Ryu of the Wooden Sword was the first man Yo fought and later became a servant in Yo's house in order to learn more about shamans. Also, he tasted a bit of the terrifying Nana's training when he became a shaman himself and part of Yo's team. His guardian spirit was the bandit Tokagero, who was killed in the past by Amida Maru. And before we move on, I must mention the best song in the series. And after the epic break, let's go to another man Anna helped. Anna brought to Faust the spirit of his fiancé from the other world in order to help Yo, cause Yo, Ryu and Faust formed the team Fumbari Onsen for the second part of the Shaman Fight. Mikihisa took under his guidance Tamao and the 2 orphan twins Red Seb and Seriam, while Asakura Hao created a branch of family members who remained loyal to him. The head of the Asakura branch is Asakura Yokyo, who also has 2 children, Luca and Yoane. Hao also had a lot of followers with him, and his team for the second part of the Shaman Fight was Hao, Opacho, and Lucist. Lucist was also the founder and former leader of the X-Laws, an organization whose purpose is to eradicate all evil with Hao as their main goal. Some other members of the Exodus were Marco Lasso, Lyserg Dazzle, whose guardian spirit is Morphine and is also one of the elemental warriors just like Yo, and their leader Iron Maiden Jinny. Now let's go to Yo's rival and elemental warrior Tao Ren and his guardian spirit Basun. After the Shaman Fight, Ren had a son with Jinny whose name is Tao Met. Ren also had a sister June, a Daosi who had Li Pairon as her guardian, who was killed by her parents Tao Ran and Yuan in order to celebrate their daughter's birthday. And lastly, head of the famous Tao family was Tao Ching. Another elemental warrior is Usui Horokeu, aka Horo Horo as the girl he loved used to call him. That girl was Kurobe Tamiko, who later became a Koropokuru and his guardian spirit Kororo. Horo Horo also had a sister Usui Pirika and his father was the leader of Ainu tribe Usui Laikan. The last elemental warrior was a former gang leader and humor king Chocolove MacDonald and his guardian spirits Mike and Pascal Avaf. Chocolove along with Horo Horo and Ren formed the team Tao Ren for the second part of the Shaman Fight. Mike was also the guardian spirit of Chocolove's mentor Orona, and last Chocolove was the man who murdered the father of Redsep and Seiram. And that's the tree of the 5 elemental warriors. If you liked the video guys, subscribe to my channel for more. Comment down below the tree you want to see next. Until next time.